in East London on Thursday. You are listening to the New Music Fix Daily on BBC Six Music with me, Tom Rainscroft. Later on the programme, we have a live session for you from Geordie Greep, who joins me now in the studio. How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, not bad. Same old, yeah.
Same old.
Tuesday.
What does Tuesday mean?
I don't know. It's his third day in the week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Second.
So you're still kind of getting back into the week. Do you get slowly livening up?
I think Tuesday's actually one of the best days of the week, probably.
Right.
Because it's like not too much pressure to have a good night. So you often have a really good night on Tuesday.
Okay.
Friday's a lot of pressure.
Unexpected fun.
Tuesday can be unexpected, epic fun.
Maybe. So you could be the unexpected epic fun for us today.
For somebody driving in their car after their long day at work, maybe so.
Yeah, they didn't know this was going to happen to them, and now you're here.
Here we are.
It's all going to kick off.
The drive to Sainsbury's, the Tuesday drive.
It's going to be the best drive to Sainsbury's they ever had.
Yeah, why not?
This is it. You're making me love Tuesday.
Well, it's better than Monday, you know?
The latest album, The New Sound, coming out this week. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, it's going to be good. To be honest, it's like a big build-up and lots of kind of conjecture. How's it going to go?
Sure.
How's it not going to go? At this point, who cares? It's just going to be a good laugh, you know?
Do you get a bit fed up with everybody kind of talking so much about this record and how quickly it came about, sort of following the Black Midi kind of stopping? And does it get in the way a bit?
Nah, it's neither here nor there. The fact that people are talking about it at all is great. It's like there's a temptation to be like, oh, I wish people would take it in this way or that way, or ask me this question or that question. Dude, it's someone asking a question. It's like a nice vibe, you know?
It's just showing they care.
Yeah, it could be complete crickets, you know?
Sure.
And there's at least, one person that is going to listen to it on Friday, so that's a good thing.
I think there's going to be loads.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm guessing loads.
Yeah.
A theme of desperation apparently on this record, you say. Is this your desperation?
No, not necessarily. Maybe desperation to make some music that I like and that I'm happy with.
Sure.
And to release an album that I think is good. But in terms of the context that quote is from, it's more about the characters in the songs.
Okay, fine.
Of course, yeah.
When you started making this record, did you already have like sort of a clear idea of what you wanted to do? Did you have a plan when you walked into that studio, or did you kind of just go in and sort of make it up as you went along?
Each song there was a really strict plan.
Okay, really?
Yeah. Of like there was, really detailed demos and kind of vision for each song, sort of thing. Didn't necessarily know how the actual album would all come together.
Okay.
But that kind of, we adjusted as we went along. But each song was very kind of choreographed, yeah.
Is that how you've always worked?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, there was always stuff that was like, leave some room.
Okay.
For feeling around and finding new things in the songs and testing things out. But generally, it's always very kind of set ahead of time.
And so how long ago did the sort of those sort of ingredients, those parts for this album, when did you start working on those or putting those together? Have they been kind of brewing for a while?
Well, with the knowledge that they would be a part of this new venture, maybe around last Jan, maybe the December before, so like December 2022, sort of thing. That's when it was really like the mission was, let's do this solo album and get it going and everything, yeah.
And also obviously you're kind of working with like essentially bands that you're bringing in yourself, and so I'm guessing that on this record you have a lot more sort of control than you previously had, a bit more responsibility maybe. If you sort of relish that, has that been something you've had to try and get used to?
It's a nice feeling because, if it all really goes wrong, if it's terrible, it's all my fault.
Okay.
Which means that there's no one to blame, and it's a very freeing feeling of who cares. And the musicians, they're great. Amazing musicians. But it's a different thing when you're a great musician and if you're playing on someone else's record, you kind of maybe a bit more relaxed. It doesn't necessarily represent you as your thing. So I think sometimes great musicians, even the best, can get self-conscious about, I want my playing to stand, like to really represent exactly what I'm about. But maybe if you're just doing it at session capacity, it takes some of that pressure off, or I don't know.
So there's sometimes like a quality to it being somebody who's kind of been brought in, or like a looseness perhaps.
I think so, yeah.
That's nice to know.
You know,
because you recorded this between Sao Paulo and London. I mean, I'd imagine they're sort of very different. Well, they are very different environments to be recording in. What did those two different places sort of bring to the record? Do you think you can hear different parts of it?
I think definitely. It's like, I mean, people will hear on Friday. I don't think anyone is going to be that shocked when they see which musicians are playing on which songs.
Okay,
necessarily.
sure.
And I mean, the guys in Brazil, they had just a total kind of relaxed approach to it.
Okay.
And especially in terms of the drums and percussion, they were just so kind of, it doesn't matter, we're just playing the song, we're just going through. The Brazilian drummer does about one fill per song.
Okay.
You know, he just plays the groove, and then that's maybe at one specific moment says, okay, I'm going to do a fill now, and it's a really gadandum.
And that's it,
no
off we go.
theatrics, yeah. But that's brilliant. You know, if you're, you know, confident enough to play the drums like that, it's usually a good thing, I think.
And there are occasions I was reading where you had like very large numbers of people sort of performing at the same time on this record, like 20 plus.
I mean, not at any one point in the same
okay.
room, more like overdubbing and everything.
Because the single sounds like there's a very full room, but
Sure.
maybe just a very full sounding single.
Yeah, it's a very full Pro Tools project.
It sounds like that record, that first single is very much you sort of like setting your stall and just saying like, this is what this new record is.
Oh yeah, totally.
There's so many ideas in that one track. It feels like it could almost be like a montage for a whole album in a kind of sense.
That was the song where, when that came together, first as a demo, and especially so when we had finally recorded the live track, that was very much like, oh, right, well, if this comes together, this feels nice, you know, all the other songs could be just okay, you know? So it's a bonus if the other songs are good. Like, that one has come together in the way that I'm happy with, and that's like a really nice feeling.
And how's it been for you kind of performing live, you know, in this new project with kind of the band? As you were saying earlier on, that the band sort of evolves all the time, and you don't necessarily have the same musicians playing with you all the time. Does it change for gig from gig?
Not necessarily gig to gig, but there's a certain looseness to it, which is nice. And there's a kind of looseness by design in terms of that. For example, I went to America at the beginning of last month now, and played with all American musicians.
Right.
And that was guys that I met out there, and we had a couple of rehearsals and got into the show. And that was only possible because from the outset, there was this attitude of like, the music is kind of about seeing how different people can play it, and seeing, just trying to make this atmosphere where it's not the end of the world if someone can't make a gig. But I have been playing with a set band in London and the UK too. That's not who I'm playing with today. I'm playing with two other great musicians that I've done a few shows with. They're called Stan and King, and they have their own band called Nats as well. It's a cool kind of jazz fusion sort of thing.
How is it also playing live? Obviously, because you know there's so many sort of dedicated, sort of obsessive, sort of black MIDI fans out there who want to come along and just sort of see what it is you're doing, and kind of wandering into these gigs, kind of wondering what the heck is going down. And how's it been sort of performing to that audience, obviously, which does make up a large amount of the crowd, I'd imagine?
It's another thing where it's wonderful. I mean, there's an audience, you know?
Yeah.
I've come into this thing, you know, and lots of people were saying to me, oh, you're starting from scratch, you know? It's very difficult to make this crossover, this transition. You got a good thing going, why are you starting from scratch? But, you know, we had this great audience, this great fan base who are willing to go into a gig and pay money to see something they don't have any guaranteed is going to be any good. Like
sure.
They will go into it blind and say, all right, we'll check this out. And I think the majority of them have walked away having had a good night, you know, and enjoying the new music. So it's great, and it's only bodes well for the future.
Well, I'm guessing that they trust you to do something, you know, interesting that they will like. They kind of know you're going to do that for them.
Yeah, let's hope so.
On that basis, what are you going to do for the session? What have you got planned for us this evening? What are you going to be playing?
3 songs from the album that comes out on Friday.
Yep.
One of which came out today. It's called Blues.
Yep.
Came out at 1 p.m. today. And in fact, at 11:30 on this very station.
Very precise.
Yeah.
On a fabulous Tuesday.
Yeah, on a great Tuesday morning. So maybe someone heard it on the drive in the morning and now can hear it on the drive at night.
This is everyone's having a great Tuesday.
Yeah, so if that someone doesn't like the song, it's going to be like,
they're going to get it twice, whatever.
For God's sake, not again, they're going to be really annoyed.
We'll just keep playing it to them until they love it.
It's a risky strategy.
But it sometimes works.
Let's see.
I think they're going to love it. Thank you so much for being here. It's really lovely to have you here.
No worries, it's going to be cool.
Geordie Greep live in session, coming at you very shortly indeed. Cheers, dude. Thanks a lot.
Don't look back. BBC Sounds app.
You are listening to the New Music Fix Daily on BBC Six Music. Me, Tom Ravenscroft. It is time now then for this week's live session, which comes from Geordie Greep. Are you ready, guys?
Yes, of course.
Whoop whoop. Take it away. Thank you.
You're all grown up, you have your own stove and your own pair of oven gloves. Your opinions and aspirations, you keep up appearances and have a reputation. You sit in a park and work on your sonnets, you talk about yourself in the past tense. You have opinions that can't be shaken and morals firm. Do you know what I mean? 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 Is your favorite turn of phrase? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Is your second favorite turn of phrase? Speak English better than anyone. You can curse like no one ever has done. You have a bigger heart than any man who's ever lived. And you can ride more than 100 stallions in a room that smells of cigarettes and carry on. Under sheets freezing cold with damp. Voyage far and wide across plain and ocean. Step on march on celestial bridges. And knock down doors and climb in windows. And listen in. Listen, 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 listen. Can you hear that? The signs of life not yet awake. The stirring. The screwing of the eyes, the blankets that falls mountains. The valley between knee and cheek. The steep side down to the feet. The toe poking out. Be careful, my boy. Don't touch. Just watch and listen in. But the jury's out to lunch. You imagine a rolling camera that captures your melancholy. You squeeze your sparks till they bleed. You turn your collar up like James Dean. You put your right hand hand in your jacket and pretend you have a gun. You put your left hand on your jacket and pretend you're Napoleon. You squeeze your spots till they bleed. You turn your face so no one sees. You beggars didn't play accordions. You should pay one to follow you around and play your theme. Soon your nails will ring. Soon your earrings have been rings. Soon your organs will grow little mouths and speak for themselves. Soon your body will stage a civil war. Soon your heart will burst out free. And soon it will look you in the face and ask, what have you done? Why have you led it astray? Soon your arms will migrate. Soon your balls self-castrate. Your feet will scuttle off. Your hands fly away. Soon your legs refuse to hold you up. Soon your eyes will glue themselves shut. So embarrassed to bear your name, your body will vanish out of shame. The first step is acceptance, admit you have no idea what you are doing, admit you have no aim and no ambition, admit that you sleepwalk through life, admit that you only sleep sleepless nights, admit the ardent dreams and goal of being carried, that spirit that enters your room, those arms that envelop you, that carry you away, it goes on to escape you, sit down through clouds and then turns to a matter that is not in birds, and you even behind admit you are finally proud, admit you are one with yourself, admit, no one else cares, there's no giant president, no examination, there's no promotion, there's only you, soon you'll disappear, soon you won't be here, soon you'll have all the time, all the world, soon your legs will, soon your brain will migrate, soon your vein will migrate trains all over the world, soon your veins will be a railroad, soon your brain will extract itself and very soon you won't be here, you'll be fine, just relax, soon you'll disappear, that's the only fact. Okay, so that was the first song. And tonight is Stan on the bass and King on drums. 2 Gs. And they're in a band as well called Nats, which is epic. And they're going to be playing with me from the 22nd to the 28th of this month on this UK tour. And limited tickets are still available, you know, limited in italics. So that means act while you can, right? Of course, that's a good idea. All right, okay. The next song is...
Real.
Yeah, or Walk Up. The next song is called Walk Up. Walk up to failure, walk up to regret, walk up to a place you'll never forget. Past the pregnant guard, the red paradise of dreams and scars. Legs, scars, arms, scars, stomach scars lead by far the mark of the old country start. The old cliche exploitation blues, the offers no young hungry things can refuse. Welcome to hell, she may as well say. I said walk up, walk up, walk up whenever you like friends. Walk up, walk up to see God, to see sweet Jane. You still smell her as you trawl the accounts, flip through the company books. You can say you rode the coattails of blind chance. I know you pay for romance and all a lonely executive the kind that only knows how to pay to touch in the boardroom. Your fish fingers shake hands with the top flight men. Check your balls for lamps once they've left. Oh, what's that itch? Is that new? Is that working? Is it supposed to? Am I alive? Is she sleeping with her eyes open? There's a page for your briefcase, but watch out for the wandering hands. Oh, boy. To see God, to see sweet Jane, to pay for a new name, for love on your lunch break. Did I make a lot of these for the young things or just get by on the brink? You were asked as you both walking past. You feign indifference. You say I've got no idea. As much to live, I suppose. When the favorite walks by, she stays quiet. You exhale relief. Humiliation was almost complete. Chalk it up, lie. Chalk it up to blind faith. Tomorrow you're back for love and you're a train. Brilliant. And now for the final song. Which is called Through a War. Tonight we're gonna drink till the streets sound like music, and the music is just noise. Tonight we're gonna drink till I look like Hercules. Come on, gather round, boys. Come close, listen in. The year was 1862. Took up arms after the war was through. We knew that we could take what was left. The city was ours. We burned down their churches and built an arcade. I was the natural leader to whom the tribesmen bowed. I rolled around in the general's clothes and had the only gun. I fired warning shots and made the children dig. I fired all insurgents. I ruled with an iron fist. Oh, but you I love, I could never blame. All the things they say are hearsay. You, my love, faultless, you will never die. You, my love, remain the apple of my eye. I saw you appear like a dream between trees. I knew I'd have to get you to come and live with me. Did you deceive? Maybe so. But still I breathe for you alone. Ranks, I made them build a castle for me. Big statue in the square. I made them carve my name on every piece of gold. I made them carve yours everywhere. On every tree, on every train, on every drop of rain. What a feeling to hold in your breath. Beating hard to squeeze it hard till it burns. Seen a man beg for his life. ever seen that kind of fear? Have you ever seen a man boiled alive? Have you seen him writhe and writhe and writhe and writhe and writhe and writhe? Have you sat on the throne of man? Have you watched a father and son fight to the death? Have you tasted human flesh? Have you had sex with the dead? Have you seen a brain split in two? Do you know what courage looks like? Have you seen a woman give birth to a goat? That's what courage looks like. Have you seen a boat fashioned out of bones? Oh, do you know what betrayal is? Do you know what disrespect is? Do you know what ungratefulness is? I'll tell you all about it. But you, my love, I could never blame. All the things they say are hearsay. You, my love, are faultless, you will never die. You, my love, remain the apple of my eye. You gave me nothing but an incurable disease, for which I'm so glad you'll always be with me. With each itch of my loins, the music of your voice, with each tremor and shake, your unmistakable voice. You help me lapse into unreason. You help me disintegrate. With this whiskey you are with me. Hot in my throat, you're once again whole. And I drink up your soul.
Geordie Greep live in session on BBC Six Music. Thank you so much, guys. That was absolutely awesome. The album, The New Sound, is out this Friday on Rough Trade Records. As mentioned, there is a big tour starting at the ICA on the 4th of October. 2 nights there before heading off to Rough Trade East in London on the 6th of October. Then Cardiff, Bristol, Falmouth, Cambridge, Liverpool, Glasgow, Newcastle, Leeds, Nottingham, and London Pitchfork Festival on the 9th of November. Thank you so much. That's wicked.
Nice.